The president's calling for expanded background checks. They have that in California, so it didn't work.
Well, they have it in California, they have it in Colorado, they have it in Oregon, all the 3 recent mass public shootings, they have it in France. And but here's the bottom line, and that is the president, nor any of the supporters of it, can point to not one single mass public shooting that he's spoken out on that it would have stopped, not a single one. And but that doesn't seem to matter. I don't think that's the reason why they're pushing this. The reason why they're pushing this is to make it more costly for people to get guns. And look, in New York, the expanded background checks add about $80 to the cost of buying a gun. In Colorado, it adds about $60. In Oregon, it adds about $55. For you and me, that may not make a difference between whether we buy a gun or not, but for some poor person who lives in a high-crime urban area, that may make the difference between whether or not they're going to be able to defend themselves or not. I've unfortunately become convinced over time that the reason why they're pushing these laws is just to make it more costly to own guns and reduce gun ownership. I'll give you one example. In 2013, I talked to state legislators in Colorado when they were passing the expanded background check bill there. And the suggestion I had was to have an amendment that would exempt people below the poverty level from having to pay the new state tax. With the exception of 2 pro-gun Democrats, all the other Democrats in the legislature voted against exempting people below the poverty level from having to pay the new tax. How many taxes can you point to that Democrats would vote essentially unanimously against exempting people below the poverty level from having to pay?